Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? My name is M1K3 and welcome back to daily upload number 10. Today we're talking about why it's easier than ever to go pro in Fortnite. Before we get into today's topic, around 50% of you guys watching are not subscribed, so if you have been enjoying the daily uploads, consider subscribing. Now, let's get into today's episode. First and foremost, we gotta establish one thing, and that is competitive players on average grind way less this season compared to previous seasons. There is a lot of complaining going on regarding this competitive season. Is it understandable? Well, yes, this season is far from optimal. However, we've had much more unbalanced and unskillful seasons in the past. So what am I trying to get at here? When other people aren't grinding, that's when we have the perfect opportunity to catch up skill-wise and maybe even surpass people's skill level. If we can bite into the sour apple and just for a few weeks stay on the consistent grind, it will pay off tenfold in the future. In addition to that, this season allows anyone, no matter the skill level, to abuse the meta to their advantage. Not only is playing SMGs incredibly powerful, but if you can make a strategic plan to get Spider-Man every game in solo and practice using it in customs, I can guarantee you will start doing better and better. Spider-Man is one of those items you will regret not using in the future if you don't use them now. You will look back at this season and think, I could have made so much money in a tournament if I had just used Spider-Man. Just like people nowadays look back at the World Cup days and think, if I had just abused bowlers as much as possible, I could have probably qualified. Moving on, as you guys know, there is quite a bit less loot on this map compared to the last map. Less floor spawns and less chests, as well as ammo boxes. So what does this mean and how can we greatly benefit from this change? Well, what this means is that players without a structured off-spawn looting plan will get heavily punished later in the game. People that miss a few floor spawns and ammo boxes might find themselves struggling with ammo and shields. But if you have perfected looting at your drop spot, you have put yourself in a better position than around probably 85% of the lobby. In short, people that haven't practiced and perfected their off-spawn looting will this season get punished way more than last season. Because last season, you could easily get good enough loot to win a game even though you were bad at looting. This season, however, you get punished way harder for missing a few floor spawns and ammo boxes. So we can get a great advantage by just VOD reviewing our looting off spawn, seeing if we missed any floor spawns or ammo boxes. In other words, we greatly benefit from being pitch perfect looters. So now that you've understood the importance of becoming a pitch perfect looter, it's time to understand the importance of early rotates. Early rotates is more important than ever before. And why is that, you might ask? Well, it's because you can literally die in the blink of an eye with the current weapons in the loot pool. So rotating when everyone else is rotating is a massive no-no. If you can consistently rotate before the first zone starts pulling, then your average tournament results will become 3 times as good as they currently are. Rotating this early is only possible if you know how to loot flawlessly at your drop spot. And I know only a handful of you guys watching this video will actually take action and learn how to loot your drop spot perfectly, but trust me, if you decide I'm gonna learn to loot better and faster than anyone else so I can rotate as early as possible from my drop spot, you're gonna see exponential improvement. And it's honestly embarrassing how little effort you actually have to put in to make this massive change. If you have a creator code or a friend with a creator code, start a custom arena match and loot as fast as possible and go into replays after and see if you missed any floor spawns, ammo boxes, or chests. It's ridiculously simple and it will have a massive impact on your tournament performance. If you don't have a creator code, going into Arena and doing the same thing will be nearly as effective. But keep in mind, do not care about your Arena points. Okay, so being this structured and perfect of a player really doesn't matter if you just instantly die in the end game. So what is the purpose behind me talking about all this looting and rotating early for 5 minutes? Well, let me tell you, having 200 HP this season is more important than ever before. Hold on a minute, I know that sounds obvious, but think about it for a little bit. When you go for an elimination in one of the moving zones in endgame, do you always have 200 HP when you take that fight? The majority of players do not have 200 HP when they go for a refresh in endgame, whether that being in first, second, third, or even last moving. What you do if you have 200 HP before going for a refresh is limiting your RNG as heavily as possible in Fortnite. And that is exactly why being a perfect looter off spawn, getting 3 bigs and 6 minis, and rotating early so you don't have to fight anyone in the mid game matters so much more than people might think. The difference between having 150 HP and 200 HP can be the difference between making money in a solo cash cup and being miles away from it. Alright, in short, this season is easier than ever before because very few players grind competitive hard. This gives you room to improve more and faster than anyone else. In addition to that, this season has a lot of items like Spider-Man and SMGs that allows you to abuse the meta and use them to your advantage. Lastly, players that are unbelievably structured will have an easy time doing great this season because they'll be set up better than any other player in any given lobby. This means that you will, in most scenarios, be at an advantage loot and health-wise going into the end game, giving you room to work with when you need a refresh. And it will also make you so much more likely to win your duels. Because trust me, if you can consistently have 200 HP when you fight someone in endgame and you use SMGs, you're not gonna lose those fights. And you will, in most scenarios, come out on top. So what do I recommend you to do right now? Get on Fortnite, land your drop spot, loot it as fast as you can, and rotate before the first zone starts pulling. Do not allow yourself to be even 10 seconds too late, because these 10 seconds matter more than you might think. After the looting is done, leave the game. Hop into replays and see if you missed any floor spawns, any chests, or any ammo boxes. Do not allow yourself to miss anything. Trust me guys, if you do everything I have said in today's video and become a structured ass player, you will find the competitive side of the game so much easier, so much more fun, and you will find yourself doing better and better in the tournaments you play. But that's where I'll leave you for today's video. Thank you guys for sticking with me for 10 entire days. Who would have thought? Love you and appreciate you. My name is M1K3. Stay safe and take care.
She know me, she'll know.